All right, this first update I'm going to put out is either going to be the least interesting to you or the most interesting, depending on your point of view. So, forever, we've had the difficulty of keeping up the servers because the coding keeps getting updated, and our server tech has to go learn the new coding, and then we have to go through all our files and see what we need to update. This has been a problem that got worse with time to everyone. And so it used to be that servers updated their coding once a year, then twice a year, and then all of a sudden it was monthly, and then bi-weekly, then almost weekly. And now it's every few days you log in, there's an update, right? And this can be challenging. Some of the updates are not a problem, some are. But here's what we found. We have always had to chase the updates, right? And then see what broke and then fix it. And sometimes that's complex because you fix one thing, it causes something else to break. You have to fix that, see what happens next. But the AI has finally been catching up with all of that. So, for instance, I started playing around with Google Gemini and we started taking a look at how it affects how efficiently we can update the coding. And I just want to walk you through a concept. So I gave it a SQL file and I just said, hey, analyze this file and let me know if it's outdated coding. Okay, just some file, right? And it starts in and it says several aspects of the code suggest outdated or insecure coding practices. Stuff that wasn't insecure or outdated a month ago, But all this stuff is moving fast. And so it goes through everything and it starts telling us recommendations and ideas and so forth. And then we're like, okay, are you able to create an updated version based on your recommendations without losing any of the content or functionality of the original file? Yes. And so this is cool. So actually, here are the important considerations. It's got things, password hashing, and that's got HTML content. That's got a backup and testing, all these things that just go with a sample file, one of thousands that we have. And so then we just walked through and said, okay, let's take a look at where it was and what we should do to fix it. And it did. And so it made this huge updated version of that file because now it can store so much data. And it gave us a summary of changes. All tables previously using MyISAM now use InnoDB. Default character set and collation change to this and this. Column specific character set collations were updated where appropriate. Blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And so the point here is, and this is amazing, things that used to take a long time now, when our programmers use these files to check on things and update things, happens like that. What that means is we don't have to go chasing tons of updates all the time to keep up with server updates anymore. We can update really, really fast. Now, here's the interesting thing. I don't know if you know, but Google Gemini 2.5 Pro has a 1,000,000 token character window. So you can add like 700,000 words of code. Basically 1,000,000 words of code, since code is smaller words than language. The average word being like 7 letters in a language, in English. But anyway, what that means is the amount of code that we can manipulate and update without hallucinations or problems is massive. And even this got outshined a week after its launch by a few other things that came out that have a context window of 2 million. And even upcoming pretty soon is going to be a context window of 10 million. What that means is the ability to take pretty much all your code, stick it in one window, and say, fix it all. And it can do it. It can fix everything, update everything all at once, keeping everything in mind so nothing gets broken anymore. Anyway, that is either going to be the coolest update or the most boring update, depending on your outlook. But what it means for us is that we don't need weeks to fix things anymore. We just don't. Okay, we'll be able to fix things very fast, and it's only going to get faster anyway. So a few days, and pretty soon, hours. Pretty soon after that, probably there's going to be an API where we can do a daily dump of all our code and say anything get outdated, and it can go through a daily update and say fix this, fix that, and it can just do it for us. So I'm speaking like it's fantasy land, except the stuff has been moving that fast. So just letting you know that our ability to keep up with it is crazy, and our ability to use it so that we don't fall behind anymore for coding updates on servers is great. So even though we have a lot of coding in a lot of places because we have some crazy complex systems, pretty soon we're going to be able to just update them as fast as they break. Like within a couple of hours, we're back up. And maybe even within an hour, depends on what broke. But there you go. All right, there's that update. It's a big one. It's part of the stuff that's been happening in the background here. Okay.